Assalamu alaikum. I've just last night I came out of hospital because I've been selfishly diagnosed with corona and pneumonia, and literally, alhamdulillah, I reached death many times. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. I'm better. I'm on very, very, very heavy drugs right now, and a lot of oxygen, but alhamdulillah, I'm better. But I have my wife now who's in hospital, and she's struggling to breathe. I have my 3.5-year-old who's in this bed here, spiking up a temperature. I'm by myself. It's very hard. It's not easy. You know, he's spiking up a temperature because he's got COVID now. My wife is not here because she's completely damaged, ya haram. I've got my sister who lives in the granny flat behind me, who's actually in intensive care. She's not well at all. My sister isn't doing well whatsoever. And she has a 5-year-old that has corona. Her husband has corona. Her son has corona. They're all very sick. And me and her husband are trying to be father and mother to our sick kids because we have very sick wives. Or why? Because one mother and father, and I'm itching to say their names, complete names, family names, so I can, because I'm so angry with you. They were infectious for 4 to 5 days. 4 to 5 days infectious and never told me. And I look after their children with my heart. They were infectious 4 to 5 days, but they didn't disclose this information because they don't believe in corona. Why? If you don't believe in corona, you know how hard it is to see your sister not being able to breathe. I'm okay to die. I'm happy to die. But I don't want to see my wife struggle. I don't want to see my sister struggle. I don't want to see my son struggle. حسبي الله ونعم الوكيل فيك وجوزك. حسبي الله ونعم الوكيل in that family. I called that family because they also run a disability service. They run a disability service. I called them and I told them, how dare you still operate your service and you're taking and transporting and bringing sick children with a disability while you know that you all are COVID positive. I told them off for a long story short. They didn't like the fact that I told them off. I get a phone call from my husband telling me, I hope your son dies from corona because I'm telling them to do the right thing. Whoever wants evidence, I have it. I have the evidence that this lady, her husband and her children were all positive for 4 to 5 days. And then when I called the NDIS, their relative that runs an NDIS service, to tell them, please, when I was going picking up your niece and nephew from your brother's house, they had a poor boy in there, and you're paying them to look after this boy. Stop it. You're going to kill his family. Had you told his mum? She's like, no, I haven't told his mum yet either. How dare you? And then when I told them off for it, I get told off. He called me and he goes, and this is, they, mashallah, they advocate for people with a disability. Called me and he goes to me, inshallah, your son dies from corona. Inshallah, your wife and your mum and your sister get raped. This is what he said to me. Such good Muslims, man. You guys are just top notch. Top notch. Astaghfirullah. Allahu Akbar. Hasbi Allah ونعم الوكيل فيكم. You've hurt so many people, so many participants that are sick now, in intensive care, coma, wallahi in a coma, uqsum billah in a coma. If you're sick, stay home. If you're sick, stay home. Don't ablul alam. If you're sick, stay home. You don't believe in corona? Keep it amongst you and your mum and your dad and your family and your siblings and your children, and that's it. Other people don't want it. We don't impose our beliefs, don't impose yours. My son is spiking up a temperature. I'm home by myself. My wife is not here. What does a sick kid want? A sick kid wants his mother. And if my son bin haram his mother because of your selfish acts, wallah, my dua will never end. And I want my heart from every single one of you. Yawm al-Qiyamah bi-idhn Allah.